today. From Orchard Park, New York, this is Madden NFL 21. We'll see Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons taking on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
Autumn has come to upstate New York, and we find ourselves at BILLS Stadium in Orchard Park. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Buffalo Bills and the Atlanta Falcons. Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And we are underway in upstate New York. This will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here come the Falcons, and at the helm, their starting quarterback since the day he was drafted back in 2008. Their all-time leading passer, Matt Ryan.
This past offseason was one where the Atlanta organization continued to build around their quarterback, Matt Ryan, because he can still throw the rock. Fifth in the NFL in passing yards last year with better than 4,400. He's a guy who knows how to get the ball to his guys on the perimeter and take care of it, even when he's under duress in the pocket. Sacked 48 times last year.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 77 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Well, one word for that opening play call, and that is aggressive, but it worked. First play from scrimmage, long touchdown pass.
Well, let's be honest about it. In our production meeting last night, we talked about when would the secondary get tested. I did not say that it'd get tested on play number one. I knew as the game went along, they would take their shots. That, as you said, a bold strike and very successful right out of the gate.
It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one. Hence the decline.
The holding penalty negates a good return as they'll start just past the 20. Now Allen going to give it to Moss. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. We often give credit to the O-line there. Two tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 40 now on second down. Allen, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
That one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Allen going to throw. Finding Knox there, complete. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Going deep for Diggs, and this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 37 yards. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the 1st quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. The all-pro corner, Tre'Davious White, picks it off. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. These guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them, because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after him.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Allen. And that is incomplete here.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
7-7, our score after 1.
Score tied 7-7.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two.
Brings up third.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Ryan now to throw on third down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards there, and a Falcon first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. He completes this to Russell Gage. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Russell Gage, 49 yards. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
And a great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Coup for the extra point.
For the point after.
He's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and the end result, an Atlanta touchdown.
Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. This will make it into the end zone. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field. And the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
He can run for it, and he will. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. And that's caught inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31. Sometimes the one-handed catches are unnecessary, but he was trying to ward off the defender with the other, so maybe that was just a good play.
So that tells you that not only do they imagine those types of catches, they actually work on them with defenders jostling them in order to keep their concentration and haul it in.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he's got the connection to Cole Beasley. Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. The kick by Bass is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
14, Bills 10.
So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we've hit halftime here, what obviously is a very fast-moving first half of play. 14. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We got an excellent first half from the former MVP, Matt Ryan. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Sterling Hawkrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive.
And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 35.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And this will be incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
For the field goal, a 55-yard attempt.
Oh, they they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty. But there is a danger to getting them started, isn't there?
Yeah, with that low drive, you've got to really keep it low to the ground, don't you, to get that distance.
Yeah, hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to drive it low in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy, gives him a chance to block it, and everyone knows it on the other side. That's when you get your best jumpers on the other side of the field to try and get up and get it.
So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
2nd and 10.
Nice play there by Ed Oliver. That's why he went 9th overall when he came out of Houston back in 2019.
We're in the third quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10. Again they run with Gurley. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. First down, Allen. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
To throw is Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. This will be caught just inside the 10. That catch good for only a couple. Back to throw. Allen throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Devin Singletary there, but now it'll be 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week in practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Another carry now for Gurley. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Third down, they'll run it with Gurley. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. The Falcons send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Cole Beasley, the intended target. But it'll be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Allen. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Intended for Cole Beasley. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.